The Circus of Infinite Wonders had always been a spectacle unlike any other. It traveled from city to city, setting up its tent in the dead of night and unveiling acts that defied the very laws of nature. Performers walked between parallel universes, tamed sentient particles that danced like fireflies, and manipulated time itself to create impossible feats. The audience sat in awe, mesmerized by the elegance of it all, yet none knew the truth behind the circus's most astonishing trick. Quantum mechanics. At the heart of the circus was the master illusionist, Lysander Vale. A former physicist turned performer, Lysander had discovered how to manipulate the quantum fabric of reality, bending the rules of existence itself. His troupe, composed of both scientists and artists, used advanced quantum technology to make the impossible possible. They walked on parallel Earths, where their other selves continued the act in alternate dimensions. They trapped particles with sentient intelligence, forming intricate patterns that could be shaped like sculptures, only to release them in a burst of energy to create breathtaking light shows. One of the most breathtaking acts involved a young performer named Kala. She could walk on air, not by sleight of hand or mechanical trickery, but by entering a parallel universe where gravity bent differently. Her movements were flawless, a dance between worlds. As she glided from one version of Earth to the next, her body effortlessly navigating the rifts between them. She was the star of the show, the one who left audiences gasping for breath, convinced they were seeing the impossible made real. But one fateful night, as Kala danced her final act, something went horribly wrong. She leaped between two parallel worlds. But as her foot touched the rift, the air around her shimmered violently, distorting. The space between the universes cracked, sending ripples across the fabric of reality. The audience screamed in terror as the tent flickered, fading in and out of existence. The colors of the world around them twisted, the laws of physics becoming chaotic and unstable. Kala, suspended in mid-air, found herself trapped in a fractured dimension where time and space had no meaning. Lysander, watching from below, knew the truth instantly. The quantum fabric had been disrupted. One of the delicate threads that held the universes together had been broken. Without immediate action, reality itself could unravel, dragging not just the circus, but the entire world into chaos. The performers quickly surrounded the rift, trying to stabilize it with the technology that had been used to create the illusion of multiple realities. But it was clear the quantum field was destabilizing faster than they could repair it. Lysander knew that they were running out of time. If they didn't restore balance soon, the boundaries between worlds would collapse entirely. He turned to Kala, who had somehow managed to regain her composure in the fractured dimension. Her body flickered like a mirage, her movements erratic as if she were existing in multiple timelines at once. Lysander shouted instructions to her, his voice barely audible through the quantum distortion. "You have to stabilize the rift. You're the only one who can control the energy right now." Kala, her heart racing, felt the weight of the situation pressing down on her. She had always believed in the beauty of the circus, in the power of art to transcend the mundane. But now, as the very fabric of reality shifted beneath her feet, she understood the danger of manipulating forces she couldn't fully comprehend. Quantum mechanics were beautiful in their potential, but they were as fragile as the art they had crafted. Kala closed her eyes, focusing on the patterns within the rift. She had always felt an intuitive connection to the parallel worlds, how one world's actions could influence another. She had learned to move between them, but now she realized that the energy required to traverse them wasn't just a trick. It was a force that could bend and break. With a deep breath, she reached out, drawing on all the knowledge Lysander had imparted, combining it with her own understanding of the act itself. She began to weave the threads of reality back together, slowly at first. Then with greater confidence as the rift stabilized. The tent flickered one last time before the rift sealed, and the audience fell silent. Lysander, relieved but exhausted, rushed to Kala's side as she descended from the rift. Her face was pale, and her body trembled from the strain of holding together the very fabric of existence. The circus had been saved. But at what cost? The magic that had once seemed so wondrous now felt more like a dangerous game. That night, as the circus packed up to leave, Lysander reflected on the fine line they had walked. Art, science, and risk had always been intertwined in their performances. But they had nearly crossed into something far more dangerous. The allure of manipulating the quantum world, of bending reality itself, had nearly cost them everything. As the circus of infinite wonders disappeared into the night, the performers carried with them a newfound respect for the fragile nature of the universe. They had once danced with reality, but they now understood the cost of doing so. It was a dance that, if not carefully controlled, could tear the very fabric of existence apart.